Hello, guys. Welcome back to The Ankle, our little show here where we go over Amberlyn Reed nonsense and whatnot. I was just thinking that since Amber wants to go on the internet and talk degradingly about other people's families and their addiction problems and whatnot, I think that only makes it fair to criticize her own stories and whatnot. So let's take a look back. This is just a 5-month-old video. Got about 63,000 views, 4,000 thumbs up. That's a rather high number for our girl. And the title of the video is Opening Up About My Family and Addiction. So let's just hop right in and see what she has to say and see how she frames the narrative as something sad and to think of her as a good person for her, whereas, Destiny's family that might be struggling with drug addiction, they're just left out in the wind, total shit garbage to our girl Amber. So let's dive right in.
Guys, welcome to a new video. So this is weigh-in video, my Sunday weigh-in. So my goal for the near future is to have my Sunday weigh-in uploaded on Monday.
To be honest, this isn't really what we're here for, but I'm interested to see what 5 months ago this girl weighed.
You guys can tell I've kind of been...
She definitely looks a little smaller than she does now. That chin. The second one ain't popping out too much right now.
At that because I'm just taking it easy in January. I just feel like I need a little bit of a mental health break from filming, and that's fine.
Girl, that's what you say like every other week.
Me being my own boss, I'm able to do that, which I love. So let's get into the 5 questions. And
it's not really the fact that you're your own boss, it's the fact that you make an exorbitant amount of money by physically degrading yourself for views. That's about it, girl. You can afford to take time off.
We'll get into the weigh-in. So the first question is, does the rest of your family also struggle with their weight? And
yes.
Not all of my family, but a really big thing for me when I think of my family and my weight is my grandma on my dad's side. Before I was even born, she was over 600 pounds, and she actually got...
Jesus Christ. So it's hereditary fatness, essentially.
Weight loss surgery before I was born. I didn't even know they had weight loss surgery back then. Like, that's so weird to me. I know that might sound like ignorant, but I thought weight loss surgery was...
Girl, that's most of the shit you say, so it's nothing new.
Like, maybe like 20 years old? Something around there. I'm 32, if anyone's wondering. So I always knew my grandma as a woman in her, like, low 200s, high hundreds. The grandma that I'm speaking of is no longer with us. She was like my mom when my mom couldn't be my mom, and I miss her dearly. Like, more than anything, I wish she was still alive because of how close we were. And it's like we have so much in common, not just the weight aspect, but she's also a lesbian. And I didn't know that until I was older and she had already passed on. My dad didn't want me knowing for some...
I'm not one to necessarily speak ill of dead people, so like I'm not going to. I mean, depends on the person, but I feel like that could have potentially been maybe a big shifting point in Amber's life if she had like an elder gay person to talk to. I know it would have drastically affected my life to have an older queer person that, could help navigate some of the bullshit that we have to go through as young queer people in specifically like rural areas.
Then that's like a whole other story for a different time. But yeah, I do have people in my family who struggle with their weight, but I also have people in my family who are just naturally thinner. Lucky them. Second question is,
maybe she wouldn't be such a U-Haul lesbian if she had some guidance in her life.
Do you believe in health at every size? I do not. I do believe in beauty.
Well, that's changed. Because not too long ago, she was spouting all about health at every size, and we just need to accept that she can be this big and this like housebound, immobile. And yep, she's healthy, guys, but she's healthy. You know, she's kind of a crock of shit. So I'm glad that she's finally seeing around that, I guess. But who knows if it's real or if, she's just saying it because she knows it's what we want her to say.
Any size, you can be 1,000 pounds and be beautiful. You could be 80 pounds and be beautiful. But I don't think that being morbidly obese or severely underweight is healthy. It never will be. It took me
no shit, Sherlock. Jesus Christ.
Time to get to that spot, because I remember about 6 years ago, I saw a doctor and...
Girl, it wasn't that long ago. Okay? Wasn't that long ago. Lest we forget you are obese, but you are healthy. Like, please.
They did my blood work. They called me healthy. And they just said that I'm overweight. So I took that, I ran with it, I accepted that for what it was, but that's not...
Shit, maybe that was like 6 years ago. My timeline since the pandemic has been so fucked up. Maybe that was 6 years ago. Holy shit. I didn't think I'd been following Amber that long, but I've been following her since like way long before her like whole cancer diagnosis even. So, I mean, it's been a minute with this bitch.
That's not the truth. I really feel like even with a clear bill of health, being my size is not healthy. It is a symptom of something, and that symptom is very, very unhealthy. Next question. You don't drink much water. What are you drinking then? Are you ordering a fountain?
I feel like I don't have to say it, but that's like kind of like a no shit Sherlock like instance. I don't know. I was trying to think of something to say, and not much was popping up other than, well, no shit. Like, we all fucking know this. Seems like she's the one that's just catching up now and is trying to tell us, like, we're the ones that need to learn. Bitch, please. We been knew that you were clearly fucked in the head or something, that, like, your size is only a, like, result of something else. But you won't address either, so what's the point of even making that connection?
Drinks anymore. No, I'm actually not ordering fountain drinks anymore. I'm drinking a lot of this. I'm drinking a lot of A&W Zero Sugar Root Beer.
But remember, guys, she hasn't had a soda in about a week, so I mean, that's good, I guess. Drink your water, girl. All that water weight.
I'm low-key obsessed, but I drink soda because...
Does it annoy people that I skip through the videos? Let me know, because, like, if it does, I'll stop. But it just hurts my soul to sit here and listen to her gab on about fucking nothing.
Pretty sure when you get weight loss surgery, you can't have carbonation. So that's going to be a big change for me if I do get approved.
But that was the fucking reason she couldn't. She was like, I need my diet sody.
Actually, you know what? I'm not going to say if. I'm going to say when I get approved.
Oh, bitch. The thing about Amber is all of her videos, for us, they age like fine wine. For her, it's like a carton of milk. It just never fucking looks good, even like a few weeks down the road. I mean, now we're getting into shorter time spans where her lies aren't adding up week to week. But, I mean, these long story arc lies are real nice. They add a good irony to the whole thing.
Fourth question is, what's different this time with weight loss surgery versus last time? So I don't know if you guys know this. Some of you are new to my channel. Some of you haven't seen all my videos.
Yeah, she relies on people being new and not knowing all the lore. Cute. Very cute.
Or know about every single thing that I do in my life. I have have tried to get weight loss surgery before. It was actually a few years ago, and they told me that they wanted me to heal from my past, and I took that as a fail. This time, I know they're gonna say that to me. Instead of thinking of it as a fail, I am accepting it as part of the journey. That is how I know my mindset is completely different. It's not gonna be a fail. It's not gonna be no, you can't get weight loss surgery. It's okay, here's your first step, now do it. And the reason why I took that as a fail last time is because I didn't want to put in the work.
I bet you still don't. You still don't. So, like, nothing has really changed. Your actions would say otherwise.
Didn't want to at all.
Let's skip that bullshit.
It has THC in it. I don't want to get into detail.
Oh, the whole Delta 8 bullshit. Jesus Christ, girl. You would never catch me smoking that fucking government spice shit. Jesus Christ. And fucking fuck Feline for getting her into that too. Like, Feline's a Brooklyn girl. She fucking knows better than to be buying that shit. Jesus Christ. That whole story arc was just fucking stupid. She was addicted to fucking government issued grass weed. Like, please, girl.
But it's just legalized, like, marijuana, kind of.
Not even. It's fucking herb that has chemicals and shit sprayed all over it. Like, Jesus Christ, girl. Shit's so bad for you. Just smoke the real thing. Jesus Christ.
Actually had to quit, and
although I don't know if that's legal in Kentucky. Probably not. Probably fucking not. But, I mean, most other states, it's legal.
It's hard for me because I think I kind of started to rely on it.
Yep, see, there it is. She's addicted to fucking Delta 8. Say that to any, like, actual stoner, and they're just gonna fucking laugh at you. Like, please, dude. Please.
A crutch. When I had anxiety or things felt heavy, I would take one. And it was...
Take one? Was it like an edible thing? Even better. Straight digest the fucking chemicals and shit that they spray in it. Jesus. She puts so much trust into the government and then turn around and says the moon landing never happened. We live on a flat earth. Like, girl, if it wasn't for, like, the somewhat, like, safety regulations that we have in the U.S., she would just be out there eating fucking concrete mix.
Sort of an addiction. I feel like anything could be an addiction. We don't have to discuss that right now, but I have quit.
Yeah, you don't want to open that can of worms, bitch.
I no longer take Delta 8 anymore because it was causing my binging to get way worse.
Yeah, I bet. That's probably a good reason why she shouldn't, like, use THC or marijuana products, because can you imagine this bitch with the munchies? Let's be fucking for real.
I was getting to a point where I was getting pretty high, and, like, I would just mindlessly eat and eat and eat.
Off Delta 8, guys. She was doing all this off Delta 8. Oh, Jesus, girl. Sorry to say it, but that's just trash. Like, you're taking the lowest dose you possibly can of, like, it's not even real THC, I don't think. It's, like, lab-made THC. And that sends you off the fucking rails. Damn, girl.
Okay, so I guess it's time that I share with you guys when I said that the first week of Ozempic did not work for me. And the reason why is because I was taking a lot of Delta 8. And like I said, it was like I was obsessed with it. I relied on it a lot. And I wouldn't really film while high. Actually, I might have a couple times, not many, but I ended up quitting Delta 8 while taking Ozempic. And I think that was a really big thing that also helps because Delta 8 was making me so freaking hungry and then like stopping
Whoops. I really didn't mean to pause it here.
it plus starting Ozempic.
But, like, I don't really care to hear about this shit anymore, you know?
And it makes you feel good, but not like it wasn't causing me to be productive in my life in any sort of way. And I know that I took Delta 8 on live stream, and
If Amber were to become a stoner, she definitely would just, like, become infused with her couch. Like, there's no chance. Give the girl an indica or a sativa, it doesn't matter. She's just going to be couch locked the whole damn time, as she is now, anyways. I think it's best for Amber to just stay away from all substances, especially given her family's history of heavy drug addiction. I mean, I know I have an addictive personality, so yeah, I stay away from certain things. But I'm more of an all natural gal, anyways. I only like the things that grow and give you a good time, if you know what I mean.
I kind of regret that because I don't know, live streams make me feel like really anxious, and
Her family, though, crystal meth and crack, probably.
I get in a weird headspace and I get put on the spot with like harassment and things that I don't want to talk about, and then like I just get so overwhelmed that I become sometimes I say and do things that I don't agree with. I don't know what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is I think that by no longer taking Delta 8, it is going to drastically help me. And I already feel that in the last few days, it has helped me because I haven't been binging. And since that was
Okay, don't really care.
my mom's been
Oh, here comes the tears.
just a food addict. I think of this. I've been thinking a lot of addiction lately, with
The fact that she even wants to compare food addiction to drug addiction is. Uh, uh, like, side eye, major side eye. Like, girl, you can tell that she clearly hasn't spent much time around addicts or even the addicts in her own family. Because if she had listened to their stories and whatnot, heard about their experiences, like those lowest lows where they're just scraping change up off the street to try and buy like a gram of their shit, you would have a completely different fucking view of how your addiction matches up to theirs. And you would probably realize how disrespectful and disgusting it is to even try to compare the two, you know? Because, like, at the end of the day, you can control stuffing your fucking face. Not every hard drug addict can just choose to quit. You could stop eating for about a week and be fine. If a drug addict were to stop using for even just a few hours, in some cases, they could die. Like, get the fuck over yourself, girl.
like my family. Sorry. I grew up in foster care because my parents were drug addicts, and
Not just drug addicts, drug dealers, too. Like, let's be fucking for real. They were slinging that shit on the side, also, which puts them into a different category, in my opinion.
mom's been sober for almost 7 years, and it's just
Good for her for that, for real. Like, I know I'm gonna be talking a lot of heavy shit in this video, but I don't want that to eclipse the fact that I am proud of the individuals in her life that have turned their life around, like her mother. You know, she doesn't have to be like a fucking Nobel Peace Prize winner, but just the fact that she's 7 years sober, that's a huge accomplishment. That's a bigger accomplishment than Amber could ever amount to at this point in her life.
it's beautiful. And my dad is still in his addiction, and um, this is hard for me to say. And you guys have been saying I need to be more.
So your father is still in active addiction. Your brother is in jail for drugs. How does any of that make it okay for you to then turn around and shame Destiny's brother for his drug use? Hmm? you're going to sit here and fucking cry for yourself, but then it's embarrassing and tea for someone else's family. Like, girl, like, it's just so stupid. I don't know how she doesn't see the connection, how she only has sympathy for herself and how she feels about things, but never for actual other people. Because you know what? Destiny never fucking made any snide remarks about her druggy parents that couldn't fucking keep a hold of their kids. Like, Christ.
I feel like I've lost that side of me. I'm not as open as I used to be. I try to be, but it's hard. But
because you always make an ass out of yourself whenever you try to show your true emotion. I don't think it's necessarily you actively trying to do it all the time, but I just think you're dumb. Oh, the crocodile tears.
My brother, my little brother, he is back in jail for drugs, and it's like, it's so bittersweet because he was homeless, and it's like, I couldn't help him for personal reasons. I'm not going to say. I couldn't help him with a home. I couldn't help him with him.
Yeah, because when someone is in heavy active drug addiction, you can't trust them like that. You know? He probably would have turned that house into a fucking squatter place. Like, it would have been disgusting, and that would not have been any way to live for him. To be fair, I don't think jail is the way to be, like, I don't know, punishing people that are in drug addiction, addicted to like what they're doing and everything. I don't think that just jailing someone and locking them away is going to necessarily teach them anything. I know prison has gotten a bit better now with like offering more resources and whatnot to its prisoners, but I mean, out in Kentucky, I can't imagine there's not a lot of non for profit prisons. So, who fucking knows?
Here because it wasn't allowed, and it's just, I feel like I didn't help. I tried. I would pay for his food a lot and stuff, and I don't want to say too much about his personal information and stuff.
See, when it comes to her family, it's private, but when it comes to other people's family, it's free game.
And what he's going through, but right now this is also something that I'm going through.
Like Destiny, oh yeah, see, she's going through it too. Oh Jesus. Destiny should have clapped back and said, "Well, what about your brother in jail? Like, at least her brother isn't. You know, obviously your brother doesn't know how to keep his addiction in check."
And I know that sounds selfish, and I'm not trying to be. It's just, this is like such a.
You can't open your mouth without being selfish, girl. So let's just get it over with. Not the heavy ads on
I don't
the
know.
fucking drug addiction
It's a very
video.
hard time for me because I am thinking more of addiction.
Oh, it's a hard time for
lately,
her, guys.
and I'm wondering, do I actually binge, or do I just eat large quantities because I'm addicted to what I'm eating? And this is all something that I am going to be able to find out. And I'm just thinking more and more, about it. And like the last time I showed you guys, I was binging. It was literally a meal from a fast food place, and like people were saying that's not a binge, and then I was confused because I was like, well, my psychologist says it is, and I feel like it is, and then.
Girl, this is where she's going to start bullshitting, so I'm just going to skip, because, like, we don't really need to hear it. We know that you binge. You've been binging for over 10 years. Like,
and,
you definitely are addicted to food, though, because, like, you don't even make good food. You just eat slop shit, and then, roll your eyes back and say, this is so good. You're just addicted to the emotional like support aspect of eating, not the actual food itself.
But when I sit here and say I don't want to binge, I guess that's just what I'm used to saying.
This was also like her video response way of creating like the narrative that she does not binge, especially for the whole weight loss surgery thing, because that's completely new. you know, 7 months ago, the binge monster's coming to town tonight, coming in for a visit. But now it's, I just overeat or I'm off track. And if she says she's off track, then we know that she's binging.
What I really mean by that is I don't want to eat when I shouldn't. And that is
sitting with the discomfort.
The easiest way for me to explain it right now, because I always considered me binging when I'm eating large quantities of food when I shouldn't be eating them. That's what that felt like to me. And I don't know.
I think Amber's getting her just everyday overeating mixed up with the binging. Amber, you overeat in general. You eat large plates, large portions. That's not a binge. Binge is eating that and then deciding to keep eating and keep eating and keep eating and not being able to control it, not being able to physically stop yourself. That's binging. And 1,000% you do that. You've described it in even more recent videos that that's what you do, but you are afraid to call it binging now since your weight loss dietitian or whatever has said that that's a big no-no for weight loss candidates. I mean, that's out the window now, but you're always going to keep it in your back pocket to rope your audience along. So now that that excuse can't be made, what's it going to be?
I want to figure this out, and
oh, more tears.
My brother, he is an addict, but
she cries for her addict brother, but laughs and mocks Destiny for hers. Girl, please. Your brother deserves to get clean and get on the right path, but having a downtrodden little fuck like you for a sister wouldn't help.
He chose drugs. Well, drugs chose him.
So, drugs didn't choose Destiny's brother? Where's the sympathy, bitch? Where's the tears? Huh? You only care about your fucking self.
And it's I think of my mom, and she is so inspiring. Because I remember.
Yeah, good on her for being the one person in her entire family to seemingly get some of her shit together.
I remember how things were when I was younger. They were scary.
Wonder why she hasn't come to visit, though.
And the things that she did and the things that she went through, it was scary. And I never, as sad as this is, I never thought that she would change. Ever. And it's she's over 7 years clean, and it's
what are you doing, girl?
She's inspired me.
To do what? Quit your Delta 8 addiction? Bitch, please. Girl, she's
about
trying.
Any of this. Oh my god, my mascara.
Yeah, oh my god.
I've been hearing a lot of you say that I'm just not the same person as I used to be. I'm not as open. And it's because...
Yeah, thank God for that. Oh, let's stop with the ugly crying.
0.0, which means...
Oh, wait.
I weighed in at 520.0.
So, she's only gained weight since this. This is 5 months ago, and she's probably 20 to 30 pounds heavier now. Girl.
Which means I did gain weight, and I'm exactly where I was on January 1st. Today is actually Tuesday, and I got a new scale. You guys will actually see that in a vlog.
She was doing so good, too. Right at the beginning of Jade moving in and whatnot. Some of us were actually you know what? Maybe this is going to be helpful for her. And then, she lost another famous 89 pounds, and then wham bam, thank you spam. Fucking brought it right back up.
I I opened it for you guys and I explained why I got a new scale. And I weighed myself today because I wanted to see if the scale was accurate. So I stepped on the one that I usually use, and then I stepped on the new one. And I'm already down a couple pounds from just Sunday, so that makes me really happy because, like I said, I'm not.
Oh, that changed, didn't it, girl?
Oh, my makeup's all messed up. It is. It's at the end of the. I just wanted to be more open, but
just wanted to give you a sob story so you guys could feel bad for me, but I'm not going to feel bad for anyone else. That's essentially it. Do we need to finish the rest of the video? There's only like a few seconds left.
So hopeful for my future, actually, and
are you?
The tears might say otherwise, but I think it's a mixture of like sad tears for my brother, hopeful tears for me, scared tears for me. I don't know. It's a lot of different.
A lot of tears for yourself, huh?
But I'm okay, and I just need to take a breath. I know that I'm going to be okay, and I'm making the right choice by doing this weight loss surgery journey. And
yeah, that aged well.
And just keep my fingers crossed. That's all I can do. I love positive thoughts.
Girl, see, it's again with this wishful thinking or this hopeful thinking that just everything's going to fall in line. Everything's just going to happen without you actually putting in any of the work. Like, girl, please, your life isn't going to get better unless you physically get your fucking ass up and put in the work to make it better. She just expects it to be fixed for her.
It's for my brother. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Okay, guys. Well, that was another, whatever the fuck that was. I mean, I don't know how much more I can say about, like, the hypocrisy of it all. It doesn't make sense to me that she can have all these emotions and whatnot for herself, essentially, and just none of that translates to other people. Like, even when it comes down to her brother, it's all about, what she did or didn't do for him. When it comes down to other people's family, she just doesn't give a fuck. Like, it's tea for her when it comes to other people, but when it's her family, it's such a bad thing. My brother's in jail for something that he did. I mean, I empathize with him. Like I said, I don't think jailing people for drug addiction is the right thing to do. It probably wasn't just drug addiction he got put in jail for, but we don't need to go finding out that information. But it's just interesting how, all that empathy for herself, but it doesn't translate to other people at all. She wants to drag other people's family through the mud for their addiction problems, and, when her family tree is a long fucking line of just addicts. Like, girl, at least Destiny has a few people in her family that seem to not be addicted to shit. Your entire family line is filled with addiction. So, before you were even, like, born, you were set up for failure, essentially, by those around you. I guess that's it for today, guys, or for right now. Just did this video because, a girl hasn't uploaded yet. Who knows if she'll keep up with the everyday uploads, but we'll see. I'll try to get this video, or if she does upload, try to do a react to that and get it uploaded either before or after work. We'll see. But have a good one, guys.